We've had a good amount of consistency this season. We were faced with some challenges up front going to those away venues, and that's where we started. We said to the boys, we want to make a statement start, and I think winning those first few games away from home, places like Chennai and Mumbai, I think was real confidence for the boys. So I think that was incredibly helpful. We struggled a little bit at home to begin with, but when we managed to figure out how to win at home, that also gave the boys a lot of confidence, and then from that point onwards, we got on a bit of a roll. Getting to the season where lots of people have won Man of the Match awards is a good reflection of that. We've also had, I think, something like, it might be 7, 8 or 9 guys who've got 50s, for example. That's great again. So loads of people contributing with bat and ball was something that we really wanted as a focus. In general, we've had a really tight group off the field. It's been great seeing them gel. You know, I've been involved in other teams before where you might get slight divides between batters and bowlers, or even in this case, overseas players and Indian players, young and old. All of those things can happen, but this group has mixed really well, which has been really pleasing. Says a lot about all the characters in the team. I've really enjoyed 𝗖𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗲𝗃. I think he's deserved the leadership opportunities he's getting with us. He's a real fighter on the field. It's been great to see 𝗖𝗺𝗃𝗃 and Rajat form a really close partnership. It looks like they've become really good friends off the field, which is incredibly helpful, but on the field, it looks like they're working together well.
Rajat, nothing. Nothing बोल रहा है, nothing. Batting में क्या उखाड़ा इसने? क्या nothing? ठीक है, मैच जीत गया ना बहुत.
Rajat Patidar has been the biggest eye-opener for me in life, forget anything else. Because when people suddenly get a little bit of adulation, power, they tend to change. It's normal. Their behavioral patterns, the way they kind of interact. Somewhere something will show. But with Rajat Patidar, oh, what a guy he is. For someone who is the captain of RCB and today he calls the shot, he has been exactly the same that he was before becoming the captain rather.
Rajat, a lot of your bowling changes worked today. It brought a few wickets straight away. There was a real sense of control. I thought it was one of the better bowling performances of the season for us, maybe the best.
On the ground, he'll go about doing his captaincy. Off it, he is still Rajat Patidar, that calm, easy, relaxed guy that he is.
I think one of the most impressive things that Rajat has shown is that, and he does this as a personality and character anyway, anyone who knows him knows he's incredibly calm. And it's been good to see him use the people around him, whether that's 𝗖𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃 as vice-captain, or Virat as a senior player, Krunal as another senior player, or even someone like Josh Hazlewood. He's used those guys and used those inputs, but he's remained pretty calm, he's been able to make his own decisions, and as we've seen, he's done a really good job.
With the bat, he's an absolute tormentor when it comes to T20 cricket. He can really take on bowling, play at a high tempo, and that injury came at a time when probably it wasn't required for him. Nobody requires an injury, but more so in Rajat's case, and that put him back a little bit. But the way he is batting, good things are just round the corner without a shadow of doubt. That is a great shot. Virat Kohli is one of the most pristine greats of the game. I use the word pristine purely because of his work ethics. I think he'd be right up there with Kobe Bryants of the world, with Novak Djokovic's. And I say that purely because of the amount of time he puts in prep. I think he's worked so hard on things that is not seen on the screen is what makes him such a pure, unfiltered, unadulterated, high-quality performer. And that's what he's been doing for RCB for quite some time now.
One of the the things I love about Virat's thought process on the game is it's always the aggressive option, it's never the defensive option. And I think that's so important when you get to the pressure stage of a competition. It could be easy that you try to protect yourselves or just get through games, and Virat never lets you do that. So I think that's really impressive.
I think first of all, that service was not easy to bat, and the way Phil and Virat bhai, the way you have hit those sixes, it looked the wicket was quite easy to bat, but it was not easy. So I always love watching you bat from the dugout.
When Salt and Virat opened, you almost felt like Salt was the aggressor a lot of the time. But the number of times if you closely observe, Virat actually taking on the bowling and Salt sometimes saying it's okay, you do it if you want to. And sometimes each of them understanding what their matchups are and going after them full-heartedly. Not thinking twice, but having the clarity to know, I'm going to do this, you're going to do this. So that really worked well as a pair. And apart from that, they actually run really well between wickets and they complement each other when they bat, which has worked quite nicely.
The thing I like with Virat more than anything else is when it's time to take a big over, if you get a boundary in your first couple of balls, you know, he's very clear with me. He'll be running down the wicket saying, kill him, kill him. We're having a good time at the moment, we've just got to keep doing what we're doing.
When it comes to chasing, no one is better than you, everybody knows. So in free time, I would love to learn from you what you think while chasing.
There are a few players that might have slipped slightly under the radar. In fact, one of them unfortunately isn't with us right now because he picked up an injury, but I thought Dev did a brilliant job this season. Both Andy and DK did some excellent work with Dev on his scoring areas and his tempo and his mindset.
He is probably the most improved T20 player in this small little journey, purely because of what he had experienced last 3 years, what didn't work for him. So he was open. He wanted to really become that player that he was capable of. And my job was to give him options. Andy's was in many ways telling him what he could do. And Andy and I have thoroughly enjoyed in showing him what he's really capable of with the skill set that he possesses.
And I must say, Krunal's very similar, actually. I watched him captain a little bit during the 𝗖𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃 competition. And watching him in this environment, he's brought a lot of that experience and that aggression too. And I think that's got the best out of him as a bowler.
And this year, what a year he's had. 15 wickets at this point of time as we speak with the ball. Easily the best left-arm spin in the competition. And when it mattered most, when the game was on the line, he went in there and showed us in Delhi what he could. The kind of shots that he plays, wow. Most importantly, fighting it too, like what fighters do. Never give up attitude. You sometimes need that dog fight in you, and that's what he brings to the table, his aggression. When sometimes the game is on the line, you can see Krunal Pandya just seething with anger and wanting to do something for the team. That is the most impressive part about him. Oh, yes, boy. Beautiful, yeah, Krunal. Brilliant. Very nice.
Initially, we lost 3 wickets early. I think we were under pressure at that time. But I think the way Krunal and Virat Kohli calculated their inning, I think that was nice to see.
It's been long wait for me to get my rhythm in batting. You know? But again, I mean, it's quite satisfying and quite overwhelming as well because I've been searching something like this because I always knew that I have it in me. I used to ask my question and tell myself that wait, KP, don't give up. It will come, it will come, it will come.
I think Tim David has been brilliant for our environment. Real calm head, doesn't take himself too seriously, very clear about what he wants to do. I think 𝗖𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃 as well, similarly, a bit of a smiling assassin. He's always grinning at you, but then you see him do the most brutal things on the field. And actually him and TD have been a really nice combination and probably give our team quite a lot of confidence when you see them coming in a little bit later. So I've enjoyed those guys.
Oh, Tim David. We all know what he can do with the bat. We actually know what he can do on the field as well. The way he sprints from mid-on to mid-on and takes those catches, that catch against Mumbai when it mattered most at the end, all of that is special. But the guy that he is off the field is what makes him extra special. Whether you're an IPL non-starter or whether you're an experienced player with 300 caps, he almost makes you feel so comfortable in his presence. He's the kind of guy that every team would want to have not one but 2-3 Tim Davis, but they don't exist actually, that's a fact. 𝗖𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗲𝗃 on the other hand is every team's dream to have, purely because he's always smiling, great attitude, working very hard on his cricket and wants to improve every day he is out there. He got his opportunity but didn't get batting, and he was waiting for that moment, and luckily against CSK it came and he showed what he can do. A terrific team man.
And obviously myself and 𝗖𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗲𝗃, great partnership. 𝗖𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗲, that was a pretty special innings, very special innings. I don't think anyone can put into words what we saw, because to just watch that, I knew you could do it, and you know, for that to be your first innings for RCB, man, you beat the ball. It was awesome. But 50 off 14 balls, that'll be something that everyone here tonight will remember for a very long time. So congratulations.
I think another one that often goes unnoticed is Yash. You know, people will probably notice the big games that he's closed out, and he's bowled brilliantly at the death.
तो थॉट प्रोसेस मेरा यही था कि मेरे को जितना ज़्यादा पॉजिटिव रहना है और अगली बॉल पे जितना ज़्यादा मैं फोकस रह सकूं। मैं क्राउड की नॉइस नहीं सुन रहा था, मैं और ना ही स्कोर बोर्ड की तरफ देख रहा था कि मैं स्कोर बोर्ड की तरफ ना देखूं। बस मेरे को ये है कि अगली बॉल मेरे को अच्छी करनी है।
𝗖𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, very my friend. Your spin bowling coach, have to say something about you. Well done. That third over that you bowled, the importance of that over, Yash benefited. 2 wickets back to back after that, getting Rachin's wicket. Playing as a team, playing in pairs is very important. These are cliched lines we talk about partnerships. We could actually see that today.
My wicket-taking bowler 𝗖𝗺𝗃, the way he came in middle overs, I think that was tremendous, and that is strength of yours.
We've also got other experienced players, as we know. 𝗍𝗏𝗏's hugely experienced. Josh Hazlewood brings so much to our environment, a real calm head, someone who's been there and won everything. And those bowlers, the likes of 𝗍𝗏𝗏 and Josh, they don't take too much captaincy. When they're at the top of their mark, they know exactly what they're going to do. It's just the odd idea or suggestion here and there, but they know exactly what they're doing.
You know, I'd say it's a never say die attitude that the guys have. It doesn't matter how your first over is gone or your second over, but we've always got more to give. You know, we've each got 24 balls to deliver, and even if it means your last 6 balls is your best ball, as long as you can do that for us, we appreciate it. So I think that's the beautiful thing about our bowling unit right now.
Really, the coaching team deserve the hugest amount of credit, or the most credit, for supporting all of the boys. We try and organise practice in a way where everybody gets what they want, but also what they need. Richard Halsall, or Stick as we call him, he looks after the programme, and he does a great job at scheduling things so that people get what they want for the game, but also their ongoing game is developing. So a lot goes on behind the scenes, not just what we see on the field, but also what happens for the broader career for these players.
7 out of 10, boy!